So we talking about anime today.
Yeah, that was the plan. Like,
Yeah, as
so
we normally do.
so
So
you started saying like what you were catching up to.
yeah, so I wish I had watched more than one episode of One Drake. I actually do have a lot of thoughts about that first episode.
Okay.
Um,
Do you want to shoot them up?
yeah, I could just like go, right? So
Yeah,
it was really
because I'm super
interesting.
interested.
Okay, I don't know how much you remember about the first episode because now you've watched like what, 5 episodes, right?
I
But
think so about that.
okay, but so the very first thing that happens in the first episode is the girl, she finds this like dead bug in the street, and then she like has a burial ceremony for it.
Oh, true, true, true. Okay.
And
Yeah.
you and from there she goes into this whole like the bug comes alive and it's like gives her the wonder egg or whatever, right? But the thing is that like from that very first scene I was already kind of like, interested, because when
Hmm.
I was a kid I did that. Like I was that kid that would be like,
Wait, what?
like this is sad that this bug died, I should bury it. Yeah, like
Uh,
I've done that before. How's it going, XT?
okay. So you're like relating.
Yeah, so I was like, man, I relate to this kid. Like this is not like weird.
Really?
It's not weird to me. So, well, anyways,
I'm such a heartless child.
you're such a heartless. I mean, like everybody's like killed ants or whatever. But anyways, it was interesting because there was the other girl, Kudumi, and she was getting hurt while they were like, oh, I guess I mean, like this is the first episode. It's technically not spoilers, right?
Yeah,
And
it's first episode
it's the
for
first
Wonder Egg.
for me, anyways. I mean, I'm sure other people have probably seen like a bunch of episodes, but um, it was interesting that they were kind of blending reality and this dream-like state. So obviously, I don't know whether or not this is like actually a dream or not. You probably know more than I do, but just from seeing the first episode, it seemed like it was half dream, half reality, and both of these two worlds were, colliding. Especially because at the end of the episode, I was injured after all because halfway through the episode, when they're being chased and stuff, she got stabbed, but then in a different part of the dream state she was healed. And
Yeah,
I
she was
actually,
basically told she can't be hurt in the dream.
right, exactly, which may be true, but I guess that doesn't, continue outside of the dream world. Once she's returned to reality or whatever, then the damage actually does persist. um so it was really interesting to see them blend those two things together. And
Yeah,
um I mean, I want to watch like a lot more now. um, but I like, there was a lot of good things about that episode. It was really intriguing. I really like the animation. I thought that the character designs were interesting too, and I was like, I was down. It was weird, but in a good way.
yeah. I told you it's kind of strange and it's kind of hard to describe this show like off the
Yeah.
get go. When I watched like only the first episode and I came to talk to you, I was like
Mm-hmm.
not really sure what to say. This seems really unique. Like
Mm.
I don't really know what to say about the dream thing. Like I thought it was like it really felt to me from the first episode that they were trying to say like I'm trying to go back to what I was thinking, and it felt as if they're kind of giving you the situation where they're giving you like these like rule sets
Mm-hmm.
for like dream state.
Yeah.
But like the reason the episode ends on that tone where she does end up getting hurt is that they want to convey like whatever happens here is it's a dream and that's cool, but it does carry over to reality. Like it does
Yeah.
affect reality.
I thought that was kind of
They're kind
interesting.
of like establishing that.
Yeah. And you know what this first episode reminded me of? I don't know if you've seen Gantz, but it reminded me of Gantz.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can see why.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna watch more. I'm gonna get caught up with the show by the time we do another one of these. But I think that we're like
Mm.
what, 2/3 of the way through the season already. Like, damn, dude.
This season, like I think, seventh and eighth episodes are coming out now.
Yeah, yeah.
All right,
So we've
like
got another month left, and that's it. Like, it's just insane. We're going through winter so fast.
yeah. I mean, the one thing I really noticed this
Hmm.
season, like before we get into specific shows,
Sure.
like too heavy, like
Yeah.
let me jump to wait, where is it? Season one. Like I'm just like from having a glance, there hasn't been really a show that like according to my initial like perception of any show here, like nothing
Yeah.
really fell as far as
Whoops.
as far as I remember. Nothing that I was like interested in became not good or like not interesting. I haven't dropped anything that I was
I
interested
see.
in,
I see what you're saying.
which is like weird. Usually this is the point where I do it. Like I still have like if I jump to my watch, I'm still watching 24 shows from this season, which is like how I usually just start the season and drop like by the third episode.
That's like a lot of shows. Yeah, I don't know. That's a ton. You know, something I just realized right now is I didn't watch the latest episode of Promised Neverland, but I did.
No. The latest episode is a recap.
It is.
Yeah.
I got lucky then. But
Wow.
last time we didn't talk about Promised Neverland, huh? Well, at least
Last time.
not that much. We didn't talk about it that much last time.
No, last time we talked about it. It
Oh
was
yeah,
like we
yeah.
talked about the bunker episode.
Oh, did we talk about the bunker episode?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
We were bringing up how it was like it felt kind of ridiculous after the fact, like the whole like ordeal.
Oh yeah,
kind
yeah,
of like,
yeah. Now I remember. Now I remember. Okay.
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 So it felt super fantastical, and we didn't talk about the episode after it,
Which
wherever it happened.
I think maybe I didn't watch that one.
Wait, you didn't watch? Wait, did you not watch two episodes?
I think maybe I didn't watch 2 episodes. Now that I'm actually like trying to think about it, I think maybe I didn't watch that.
It comes out on your Thursdays, I think, early Thursday,
I don't think I saw
like
it
around
then.
12
Yeah,
p.m.
I don't remember seeing it. Shoot. Oh well. I will watch it at some point.
Well, there
You know,
is or there isn't
because
a twist.
you know what I was spending most of my time catching up on was Mushoku Tensei.
Okay.
So yeah. I ended up I don't know if I even like that show. I remember like I only saw the first episode when we talked last time.
Wait, which one? Mushoku Tensei?
Mushoku Tensei, yeah.
You only watched the first episode last time because your
yeah.
brother recommended it to you, and last time we talked, I also left it on the first episode. I asked you if you want to continue together, and I wanted to come here and say I was wrong.
About?
I was just wrong about this show because like last time we talked about it.
Yeah.
Like I just need to humble myself.
Okay.
Because I came out, I was like I asked you if you think like the whole isekai idea being like going for like safe tropish
Right.
like non-offensive plot and characters if that's gonna be the formula we're gonna see from isekais, and now this question still stands,
Yeah.
but this is not the show to base it on. I think this, I don't know how far are you caught up in it.
I caught up on the whole thing.
So I think this show is actually what I want most isekais to be like.
I think it was pretty good. Hold on, let me read XD's comments real quick. He said that he really liked the growing up parts and stuff, but at this point it's going to be regular isekai, it looks like. But it looks like it's going to be a good isekai. I think I agree. Because
oh yeah, I don't think this is a masterpiece or anything. I just want
it's going to be good.
isekais
It's
to
solid.
Explore the main character. That's what I think isekais should do. They should explore the main characters a bit more. They should show them in more light than like the whatever Kirito light that we already seen a million times. This is just like what I want from isekais. This kind of show.
Okay.
So
yeah,
I just wanted to say that like it wasn't like as repetitive as I thought it would be. They did a better job than I expected.
They definitely did a better job than I expected. Obviously, the narrator being funny is a big part of it.
Is like such a carry.
He's you know what, we've talked about this last time where we were saying that, you know, good voice actors don't necessarily carry the show, but in this case I think that he does such a great job that he carries it in a lot of ways. But it's still solid, even if Sugita was not the narrator for the kid. I think it would still be a good show. So hold on, let me catch up with comments real quick. So isekai in and of itself can be a negative for most people, but good isekai still good. Literally only watched one episode. I see. So I agree that like voice actors can draw you in to start watching a show, but like it still has to be good
Yeah.
on its own 2 feet. And in this case, like what's interesting about the show is a couple different things actually. Like a lot of like the characters are very flawed characters.
Yeah.
Because hold on, now we're gonna get into spoilers. Let me just put up the spoiler thing.
Okay.
I don't know if you have any comments.
Oh, dude, I should.
Mushoku
Uh,
Tensei.
I should
Okay.
like have like a spoiler thing.
Yeah, hold on. Where the heck is boom? Okay, spoilers for Mushoku Tensei. Okay, there we go. I'm ready to talk now. So if anybody like just happens to see that and they're like, hold up, I'm not caught up on Mushoku Tensei. Well, too bad. We're gonna talk about spoilers. So I want to talk about the dad actually,
Okay.
because what's cool about the dad is he's actually like a pretty minor character. Like he doesn't have like a whole lot of like main screen time, but in those few moments where he is like front and center along with the kid, he goes through some character development. So there was this one part early on, I think it's like episode 3 or something, where the dude's name is Rudy. He saves the girl Sylvie or something,
Sophie.
the alpha
Sophia.
Sophia, right? He saves her from bullies, and then he goes back to the house and his dad's waiting for him to give him a whooping, right? And then he actually does
Mm-hmm.
like get hit and yelled at by his dad, but he holds his ground because inside he's like a 40-year-old dude or whatever, and he knows that he was in the right. And he is able to like give this like logical explanation for why he's in the right. And then his dad was just speechless. He was like, "What the heck? I know you're a genius, but like, what the heck? You just own me." You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
He was kind of mad.
He was kind of mad. He was like, "You just like actually wrecked me right now." And so, but the cool thing is that afterwards, the dad was like, "You know what? All right, you got me. Sorry, I hit you. Sorry, like I messed up. Just tell me the whole story, whatever." And that was a cool moment. And then later on, in episode 5, I think it was episode 5. There's a couple.
I don't know what
episodes,
you're gonna
actually.
say, but I think it's 5. If it's what I think it is.
Well, there's a couple episodes, right, where he cheated on his wife. Okay?
Yeah, it's episode 5.
It was episode 5 where he cheated on his wife, and it was with the maid. But this is actually a common thing that happens back in, because this is like set in like a medieval type of time period, right?
Yeah, but she did seem very upset.
She
Like
was
the
very
wife.
upset. She was very upset.
So-
But I mean, like, I will just throw it out there that men had mistresses back in those days, right? But we're not trying to say that what he did was okay. But
Well, this is an alternate world.
is an
so-
alternate world. But my point is that like he was in some deep shit and he realized that he messed up, and then his son came in and like showed him like, hey, like you effed up, dude. Because he really was not feeling that bad about it until the kid was like, until Rudy was like, well, wait a minute, I gotta save the maid and now I gotta save dad, and like all this other shit. So my point really is that it's just interesting that the dad is very flawed character.
I was about to say before that I really like the parents. Like both of them, I think are really good characters. Like the mom is still like not as fleshed out as the dad.
Yeah,
But based on their like relationship, I feel like I can infer a lot about her as well.
for sure. Yeah, for
So
sure.
yeah, like the parents there are like doing like an amazing job, and like also like the way that they interact with Rudy is great, and the way that like the father is so spiteful, and
Yeah.
using like that spite to drive the plot instead of like the usual isekai plot point where like
Exactly.
there is like a mission that you have to do because that's what's up or something like that.
Yeah, it was that's what was interesting, because they live out in the countryside. There's not like a whole lot for them to talk like there's not like a dragon that's going to come and attack this village out of nowhere, you know what I mean? So like it's interesting that they have these domestic problems that they need to solve. Hold on, let me catch up on comments real quick from XD.
Okay.
great fucking dad in my opinion. Maybe not a perfect husband or a good one at all, but as a father, he seems really good. I think I agree with that. Other than that, I think he's well written character in real depth, definitely. How's it going? Oh yeah, so I agree with these statements. How's it going, Cheat? Hold up, seen that thumbnail? Cheat.
Yeah, like I'm not judging him based on like how
We're
good
talking
of a
about
dad
anime.
he is. Like he could and couldn't be. Like I don't know how good it is for Rudy that he's insisting on him learning swordsmanship. I mean, it could be potentially good for him, but I think good like strong enough mages like probably wouldn't need swordsmanship.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like and then again, like after the last episode, seeing how strong like wolf girl, wolf woman,
Uh-huh.
wolf beast
Dude,
person
that
is
that
like, then
you
I don't know.
know, that was a really cool scene at that. So we'll hold on. I want to get to that last episode and talk about it. But what you said about the dad like trying to force Rudy to learn swordsmanship, like he realized after a certain point that he wasn't doing a good job, right? And that's why he sent him off to learn with the wolf girl.
I think he just like saw a solution for all of the problems.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
would have taught Rudy a lesson as well. And
Mm-hmm.
I think it also ties into the fact that he wanted to feel like superior at some point, like to be like, okay, I'm the father now. I'm making a decision for you, because I feel like he was feeling kind of like fucked by Rudy like for the last 3 episodes. I felt like that kind of spite was built up, but it also was a good solution. Like it wasn't a bad solution out of spite. I think it was a good solution out of spite.
I think so. Well, because Rudy was also asking for help too. Because first of all,
Mm-hmm.
he wanted money for the tuition, and second of all, he was too attached to Sophie. So it was a good idea, even if he didn't want to
Yeah,
do it.
yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah, and you know what was so going to the last episode, right?
Mm-hmm.
I thought his solution for first of all, I really liked the last episode for a bunch of different reasons, but because he had a
Wait,
deal.
what was that? I didn't catch that. I
Sorry.
love what?
I liked the last episode for a lot of different reasons. Because so the premise of the last episode was that he was going to become some rich girl's math teacher or
Tutor.
tutor, whatever,
Yeah.
right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
and then she's just a brat, terrible, spoiled kid that he needs to
Worse
figure out.
than what I've seen in like any recent years in anime.
Yeah,
Like the
yeah.
worst of it.
She actually had that like typical Ojo-sama type of personality, like I'm way better than you kind of thing going on.
Yeah.
So his solution to get her to respect him was actually pretty smart. It's just funny that when they proposed this like kidnapping scenario, that it actually
Mm-hmm.
became like real, because they that was interesting.
Yeah. I was like, wait, what the fuck went wrong? Like I wasn't sure how could this be that fucked, but like yeah, in the end, like we know that like
Mhm.
there was like one dude from the castle that just like
The
betrayed
butler,
him. So,
like the
and he was
butler.
probably like the one in charge of it or something like that.
Yeah. So that was really
Um,
interesting, and it just made sense. So yeah, it was realistic because the thing is that that girl had been, just an ass to her
yeah, I didn't even
butler.
think he was a bad person.
I don't think he was.
I don't know if that's an exaggeration, but like, I mean,
Well,
definitely he shouldn't have done that. But like, I didn't
I,
think he was like a monster or anything. He was obviously like fed up with her, and he obviously loved his lord. Like he has
yeah,
he seemed like somewhat obsessed with like his lord. And
maybe,
like he wanted the best for him.
maybe, but I mean, like, maybe who knows what the dude's situation was? Because he's just a minor character. Maybe he needed some money. He didn't plan on killing, the girl. They just needed money. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is though that like it just felt realistic. Like the dude had suffered all this bad treatment from this family,
Yeah.
and he just was like, you know what? I'm gonna make a quick buck here because this is literally what they're asking for. So
Yeah.
it was great. Hold on, let me read comments. I also appreciate that it wasn't cliche that he saved the girl and now she's in love with him. We got the girl type deal. I don't think she's in love with him. She's still being an ass. Oh, I see.
I mean, he's
Yeah,
7 and
still being
she's
an ass.
12. I don't think we should worry about it too much.
Rudy
Like,
was stone
Sophie loves
cold.
him.
But
Yeah.
Rudy's being stone cold. Like she had her jaw broken and he said he'd leave him behind. So I actually like that part. Because see, Rudy realized halfway through this encounter that it was
Hmm.
real, right? Because he had actually like asked for it to be a setup from the beginning, but
Yeah.
like then when he saw
Then he
the
thought they were just like super realistic, and then was like, okay, wait, this
yeah
is this is real.
yeah, but even after he realized that it was real, he still knew that he needed to teach the girl a lesson. He was like, you know what, like I don't,
Yeah, he was
I'm done
super
with you.
true to it.
Yeah, and so it was still really really good, and I don't know. I just liked it. I thought it was good.
Yeah, I thought it
Yeah.
was really good.
Yeah.
Also, like, so he had an insistence on not killing them. Now, in the end, like,
Uh-huh.
now we're moving into like there was like the amazing fight scene.
Oh, I love that
He
fight
tried
scene.
to show her lessons through the fight scene was
Yeah,
great.
the fight scene was so
Like,
good.
and everything about the show was
Yeah.
amazing. There,
Yes.
there was one point where I was wondering, like, when he threw the sword at him, like
Oh,
he recognized that
I thought he
technique.
was dead. I thought he was dead, dude.
And I was wondering,
Yeah.
couldn't he have reacted with anything there? Like he seemed to have like a lot of time, but I think he was just shocked, right?
Because it seemed like he had a lot of time because the way that they slowed down the action, right? But I mean, I think it's just like a matter of like 1 second or something that the dude threw the sword. That's why it was so cool when the wolf girl came out of nowhere and she's like running at the speed of light
He was just
to
supersonic, yeah.
dude. That was amazing. That was and the animation, just perfect.
Oh, mm.
Yeah,
Like
delicious.
that was just great.
Just
Like
just
I
amazing.
think that showed us kind of like a
uh,
moment we usually don't get to see, where
yeah,
somebody who could be like OP or
yeah.
like super proficient.
Mm-hmm.
Like the way I took that scene was like him just being in shock, like he wasn't prepared for real battle and like for real life and death situations. Till then, he felt in control, and the
Yeah.
moment that he was like, "Oh shit, I'm gonna die," was like, "Oh wait, how do I do
Not
stuff?"
die. How do I not die? Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, exactly.
And that moment of like, oh shit, that he
Yeah.
had there was like, again, just again, like another one of these things that
Uh-huh.
usually we don't get to see in the isekai type shows, uh, which
Yes.
I'm grateful for.
So that's exactly the same reason why I like Grimgar so much.
Yeah,
Because it's that. It's exactly that life and death. Like I am actually gonna die unless I do something. So, well, let me read.
Grimgar is so good.
The Grimgar
Go
is so
watch
good.
Grimgar,
Go watch
people.
Grimgar. Go watch Mushoku
What are you
Tensei.
doing here?
Let me read comments. So where was the last thing? Because yeah, so that's what Rudy needed to do to get the girl out of her pride, and he's not gonna be able to do it without being overly kind and sucking up to her. Exactly. He knows what magic he doesn't know how to fight. Oh yeah. So the dude he's like a what, a god, no, saint level water magic user or something like that. Insane. Which is
Wait,
fair.
Rudy?
Yeah, Rudy. He's
Yeah,
because
Rudy the Saint, I think.
yeah, he's a saint. And then it was funny because his teacher Roxy, right?
Hmm.
She wrote that letter to him and was like, I hope by now you're an emperor level, user or
Yeah,
whatever. And the dude was
you're probably like way
yeah,
from.
yeah. And Rudy read it and he was like, wait a minute, no, I haven't learned anything. So, but he didn't know how to fight, so that's why I think that whole
Yeah.
kidnapping thing, like he actually probably like leveled up in a way they don't have levels in this anime, but he basically leveled up, right? So
Yeah.
knowing technique and be able to use it well in actual fight is very different. That's true. It's like
Also, I think
training. Yeah.
like I was about to say, I also think like that episode of like that arc that they're going through now
Uh-huh.
is really like I feel like every arc will try to deal with something else. So like the first one was him dealing with his like social anxiety.
Yeah.
I think right now he's dealing with his like neatness, if that makes sense, like his procrastination basically.
Uh-huh.
So like before, like I feel like the reason he didn't learn anything was because he started feeling comfortable like where he was, and he stopped
Yeah,
striving for anything. He was like, okay, my life's
exactly.
good. I'm okay with
That
that.
exactly.
And now he needs to strive for something because it's not enough. Like
Hmm.
he has to get better.
Yeah.
So it seems like every arc, like for now at least, will deal with like a different problem from his past life.
Hmm.
Um, I hope they keep it up. I think that would be super cool.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
I would appreciate it.
that would be cool. I hadn't even thought about that actually, but it makes a lot of sense because he needed Roxy to help that entire like couple years that she was with them, where she taught him whatever the heck it is that she knew. All of that was building up to him trusting her enough to leave home.
Yeah.
You know, all of it, and because like he would have learned all that magic on his own anyways, right?
Yeah, it was
But
pretty strong in
he
the
was
get-go.
pretty, yeah, he was pretty strong already, and so yeah, it was perfect. And then now we're in the second half of his character growth arc, which is, I guess, where he like you said, like he's trying to get a job and actually work and stuff, and yeah, it's good stuff. So
Yeah, I was wrong. Shoka Tensei, pretty chill.
yeah,
I recommend.
highly recommend, highly recommend. But the fight did feel really real. It didn't feel like an anime battle. I think that's probably key, right?
So it didn't feel like a like the type of shonen anime battle where you go like the big like power up moment. There wasn't like the clashes. They didn't rely on any like patterns that we
Yeah,
already know. They
but
just like worked from moment to moment. It seemed like.
yes, and you know what was cool about that last part where the wolf girl saved them? It's that it didn't feel like you know the concept of Deus Ex Machina, where basically like an act of God saves the protagonist from dying or something like that.
Use it all the time.
It didn't feel like that, and the reason why is because Rudy knew that she was watching, and he sent that flare up into the, you know.
Yeah, we start with the flare.
Yeah,
so
the
there was
flare.
already like that was already out there. Now in general,
Exactly.
like we knew that her job is to keep him safe.
Yep.
Um,
So she was keeping a lookout.
Yeah.
And he knew that she was keeping a lookout. That's why he sent the flare up in the first place. And then after that, he was just banking on hope that she was good enough to come and save them. So amazing. basically amazing. But yeah, he did luck out. He did luck out though. I think that he could have died. I think it was like a toss up, you know. Like he could have died. If he had died, honestly, if he had died, I would have been like, you know what? I accept it. I would have been
wait, what is this going for?
I would have been, I don't know. I would have been like, I accept this.
I mean, yeah.
You know, or if he had gotten like seriously injured. I'm glad he's alive. I'm glad he's alive. But if he had died or if he had gotten seriously injured, I would have been like, sure, like I get it. Yeah. So.
I wouldn't be surprised if this show would introduce like long-lasting injuries or something like along the way. It seems like they're going for like a very realistic fight, so
but
they might.
They do have the healing magic though, so you know, who knows?
Oh yeah, I guess. Oh, but
because remember the girl, the princess girl or whatever. Yeah, she got pretty. She was
I
effed
almost
up.
forgot about that.
Remember her like her like teeth like got knocked out, and he like somehow he healed her. Yeah, she was effed up, dude. I'm telling you, healing magic is pretty strong. It doesn't matter like what anime it is. Yeah.
This season, like I'm trying to not talk about healing magic because something I'm showing on my screen exists.
Kaifuku Jujutsu. Oh yeah, I haven't seen that.
Don't.
Okay.
Please.
I haven't seen it, but I'll watch it at some point. Probably. Do I need to watch this?
You can watch the first episode and then not continue.
And not continue. Oh, I think you talked to me about this one actually, right?
Not on stream.
Not on stream.
This is the not PG-13.
Okay, that's fine.
This is to the point where this has a a normal and an uncensored version.
Oh. I've seen those shows before, but I never finished them. Which I guess like I don't know if that counts as showing or seeing it. Redo off of a healer was a massive letdown.
Like a letdown? I don't know if it was a letdown. I didn't really expect anything from this show.
Yeah.
Like anybody who I know that asked me about it, I told them like don't expect too much. It's just like it's not gonna be anything worthwhile. It's just not.
Well, I'm glad that we're on the same page for Mushoku Tensei, and I'm also glad that I watched it.
Yeah,
So
like I almost skipped this show, and when you said like you were gonna watch it, I told like I picked up like the first episode,
yeah,
and I wasn't sure where I'm going with this, so maybe I'm not gonna watch it.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So this was a close one. We
yeah.
almost missed one.
Almost
Um,
slipped under the radar. I wouldn't have watched it if my brother had told me.
um, yeah.
So yeah, Horimiya, like I don't have like we can just like briefly talk about it. Like I feel like there's let me just change my thing to say spoilers for Horimiya, although I don't think that there really are any.
I just put down spoilers because like we're gonna this like half of the like we're like midway through the season, like spoilers
Yeah.
gonna come up.
Yeah, so I read the manga, which is why when I was like watching the first episode, I was like, "Oh, I'm just going to put this on hold for later when I have a chance to come back to it."
Hmm.
Um it's it's a romance, right? Like I don't know, cuz they're like especially in the first like couple episodes, the two are just like really good friends, I guess.
Hmm.
But you know what I like about these two characters is that this is actually kind of typical in some romance animes where the girl or the guy they have like some quote unquote second life. Um, so like the girl doesn't want to go hang out with her friends or whatever because actually she is not the popular person or whatever. Like when she's at home, she's just like a normal older sister that takes care of her kid brother. And
I am still not getting why is that weird? Is this
no,
like
it's not weird. I'm just
am
saying.
I weird that
No,
she
no,
wants
no.
to?
No. This isn't a weird thing. I'm just saying that, like, she has, like, her friends don't expect her to be that person. That's what I'm saying. And
Oh, okay.
similarly, her friends, like I guess the average people is what I don't know if they're trying to be portrayed as average or not. They like look at the other dude and they're like, oh, he's so gloomy. He's so antisocial or whatever. But then it turns out that he's
He's
got his
actually super
he's
normal.
cool. He's super normal. He's super
Like
cool.
he's super normal Western
Yeah,
even.
he's like got his own fashion thing going on, and it's cool. So, you know, I like shows like that actually because it just shows that the characters have a lot of depth to them. Because this is how people are in real life. Like when you're in school. When I was in school, I maybe I dressed different or I was different like in high school than I like
Hmm.
when I was at the school as compared to when I was at home or like out with family or out with friends. You know what I mean? Like that's just how people are. Like there's so many different shades to a person, right? So and you only get to see one part of who they are when you are at school with them. So I don't know, especially like um well, never mind. I mean, that's kind of all I had to say about it, really.
All right.
It's a
Like
good manga. It's a good manga. I haven't watched the anime, but I know it's a good manga. I don't know if you have any
like
comments.
I mean, I always say like if it's a good manga and they're doing like a good adaptation, if like
Mhm.
voice acting, music, and animation is good, then I'll watch it.
Yeah.
Like the thing like the reason like I felt like this show would fit you, like when I said like I think you would like this, well,
Yeah.
apparently you already read it before me, but
Yeah,
like
I do like it though. Mhm.
like the reason I said it is because it reminded me kind of something you said about Tsuki ga Kirei, if you remember.
Oh,
Uh, where
yeah.
like characters like react to each other in a not like in a hyperbolic way. They're very like down to earth. Like if
They're
there's a problem, they kind of solve it. They kind of
yeah.
talk about it.
They're
Uh,
they're real people who actually like
yeah,
can communicate with each other, you know what I
yeah.
mean?
Nothing about this plot is gonna be surprising. Like for anybody who's considering this show, nothing but this is gonna be surprising. It's just like very like
Yeah.
human interactions, like from
Exactly.
one to another.
It's nice because they're just like really good friends, and then like maybe later on it's
Hmm.
different, but the thing is that they're just like real people. So I like it a lot. Sorry.
Yep.
Sorry, actually, I totally like skipped over some of your comments here,
So
but
yeah, I mean, I recommend this. I'm really enjoying this.
yeah, it's a good show. I'm sorry, it's a good manga, so it's got to be a good show. Go watch it. If you're not gonna read it, go watch it. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, are you ready for the bigger ones?
Yeah, I think I'm ready.
I'm just making sure now. Where are you on Log Horizon? Because
Oh,
we didn't talk about
dude.
it last time
Dude, I haven't watched Log Horizon
at all.
since the first episode. Remember I told you I watched
Yeah, okay.
I watched like a 15-minute recap of the first and second season,
Yeah, you told me.
and I still thought I was still kind of confused because there's so much going on in that show.
I think
I
this
haven't watched
show.
more of it.
So
Yeah.
like, this is where I'm at after 4 episodes.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna like. I didn't change this status yet because I'm still like watching it.
Yeah.
I might rewatch the entire show
From the
from
beginning.
zero.
No way.
Yeah, because I
Really?
watched the video you talked about,
Yeah.
and it wasn't enough. I
It's
feel
really
so
not.
confused.
It's really not.
I'm just. I
Yeah.
just feel bad because I know I love this. I just remember so like distinctively
Same.
that this was great, and I don't want to fuck around with this show anymore. Like right now, I want to rewatch the entire thing.
Do you wait
And
because you're not getting it?
yeah, cause I watched it like I watched the video you sent me after I watched the first episode basically,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I watched 3 more episodes, and I don't know, I just feel really left out of so many plot lines. Like
Okay.
a lot of characters, like they're not fully making sense to me. Like motivations are kind of vague, and I don't know what's like me not remembering. I don't know what's the show being either mysterious or misleading, or like not even like telling me things. So and like I feel like I'm missing a lot, and this show like relies so much on like the politics and like understanding like the relationships between things that I just don't know if like it's worth for me to watch it in that state of like confusion,
No, I get you.
because I'm just missing so much.
Yeah.
And so I think this show I'm just gonna have to like drop it for now and just go for the entire rewatch. Whenever this is over.
You know what? We might as well rewatch it on on Discord at some point.
I'd be so down because I
Because
really want to enjoy this, and I feel like I'm just doing a disservice by watching it the way I am now.
I feel you because I remember really liking the first and second season, and after watching the recap, I was still really lost. And then I watched the first episode of the third season, and I was like, I kind of get this, but not really. And the thing is that the second season, it gets really complicated. There's just like a lot. There's a lot going on in that show, and I
just don't remember.
Yeah, and then I don't remember it either, and I think it's a good show. So I'd be down to rewatch from the first season.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a go for me.
Okay, that's all I really have to say about
Yeah, I was just wondering because we didn't bring it up last time, and I was still watching, and like the last week, like last week's episode, I still didn't watch.
Yeah.
And it wasn't because I didn't have time. I just felt kind of conflicted, so I want to see where you're at.
No, that's good. Yeah, we're basically on the same page here, I think.
So shows you didn't touch. I'm just making sure. Skate.
I haven't touched it yet. I do want to watch at least one episode.
Volleyball 2.4 free.
I want to watch that. Haven't watched it yet.
2.4 free. I'm just gonna put it out there.
Okay.
Animation is amazing.
Yeah.
And this comes like after Haikyuu. They're basically like, this is really good. This is really working.
It's working. Okay. So I mean, I like Haikyuu, but I feel like this show, just from the
this
art,
is very different.
I think
like,
I think it's a different kind of show.
This is not
okay
like about
that.
the hype or like the sport, like
But that's fine.
aspect.
But
These are like very like it feels very personal.
That's I love that though. That's why ping pong is like one of my tops of all time.
I don't want to compare it to ping pong. Though.
Okay,
let's a fucking masterpiece.
Yeah, okay, that's true. But I mean, if
but
it's like in the same ballpark,
it would be
then
that light.
Okay.
I think. Which is fair, like ping pong.
Yeah, I mean, I love ping pong, so that's all I need.
So I'm just making sure. Oh wait. Do you know about this show?
There's so many good shows that I'm just behind on. It sucks.
So I didn't put anything on this. I watched the first episode to this.
Yeah. How is it?
It's weird. I don't know. This feels like basically this is the show that like I don't know, like what, 8 years ago, if I would like get high at 3 a.m. or something like that. I don't
Yeah.
even know like what's like the description of like the mood you need to watch this, but
Mm-hmm.
like basically it's like the munchies mood.
Oh, really?
Um, so this show is basically like people designing like Earth, and it's like a bunch of gods, and they're like
A
just being
bunch
like
of god.
architects, and
Yeah.
they're just kind of like making up shit, and like they're like they have like this. This is still ingrained in me because they
Yeah.
had like this moment. They were like, "Yo, dinosaurs are cool," and then like they were like, "Oh
Yeah.
shit, this is not gonna work. Just delete them." They were like, "What? You're just gonna delete this?" And you're like, "Yeah, nobody's
Yeah.
gonna notice, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's gonna care." And they're being, it's like so weird. The animation is like super
Yeah.
like cartoonish
Mm-hmm.
as well. So it's just been like the only reason I'm not watching this is because this is supposed to be a comedy, and through the first episode I was barely laughing, or like I was like chuckling a
It
bit
looks
at some
like it's
point.
supposed
It
to
was
be
just like not
funny.
funny enough.
Oh,
But
okay. I guess it depends on
the
what
idea
humor
was
you
really
have.
cool.
I guess it depends on the humor that you have, right? Like maybe I just from the like the art on the promotional art, it looks funny. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
I'll
just
check
like
it
I
out.
watched it only because the opening theme to it is so insanely catchy.
Uh,
Everybody like who didn't hear, like, wait, let me bring up the name because I'm supposed to have it somewhere.
okay.
Uh,
But unfortunately, we can't play music.
no, I'm not gonna play it. I'm just gonna tell people the
Go,
name of the song so they can like
yeah,
go check it out.
go watch
Oh
it.
wait, I can just post a link actually.
Oh yeah. Oh
Um,
wait, hold on. We're done talking about Horimiya. Thanks, XG. All right, we're taking that off.
um, wait, let me pause so nobody sues me. Okay, I'm just gonna post it
Mm-hmm.
here.
Mm-hmm.
Um, let me post it in your chat as well. Okay. Now, I'm
Nice,
not
nice,
saying this
nice.
song is good. Make sure you're understanding my claim here.
Okay.
This song is catchy
Sure.
as fuck.
I
Okay,
mean,
like
catchy songs are
it,
normally good songs.
I'm not saying it's bad either. I really enjoy it.
Okay.
Like I'm just this is everything I'm gonna say about
This is a very neutral
This
position.
this is so catchy.
Okay.
It just made me want to watch the show.
Okay. Okay.
But like I feel like nobody's watching this show. I have no one to talk about like this show with. So I was just
Hmm.
like, okay, I'm watching so much. I'm not gonna get into this like
Okay.
now halfway through the season.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the OP just was brought to my attention. And I was like, okay.
Ah,
Um.
sounds good. I will check it
Uh.
out at some point. I should
Yeah.
actually click
Yeah,
on
you
this
can check
link.
it.
If I click on this link, I'll actually go check it out at some point.
Okay.
There we go.
So yeah, now I think we can move on to the bigger ones.
Okay, that's fine. Let me just bring up this thing. What are we gonna talk about first? Attack on Titan.
Sure.
Okay.
Let's go.
So Attack on Titan.
Let me make the spoiler thing even bigger so nobody misses.
Cause this thing comes out
Nobody tells
on
me they're not
Sundays.
noticing this.
Oh right. Okay, so now I remember. Cause not this most
Oh,
re
shit,
most
you can't
not.
see it.
I can see it's huge.
I need the background first.
Okay, so well, what was I gonna say?
Sorry.
Not the most recent episode, but the episode before last. We
Okay.
found out that Zeke was like a double spy or something,
True.
right? And
Like
that
Zeke
was really
is
insane.
basically like he has a different agenda.
He has a totally different agenda than anybody else, and it's insane. And we found out a little bit more about that in this most recent episode, because he talks a bit about how he has this plan, and in order for the plan to work, he needs Aaron, right? But Levi has him on kind of a close leash, because Levi, being the dude that
Doesn't
he
trust
is, he doesn't trust anybody, right? So
I mean, it's fair. Like
mhm.
I don't really trust Zeke right now.
Yeah. But so this most recent episode was a very like like background dense
Yeah,
episode.
we're finally starting to get like the flashbacks to kind of get like
Yeah.
how people got to where they're at, like specifically.
Right. So it opened with the details on how they were able to intercept all of the battleships from
Yeah.
from Marley.
And from where like some of the technology they have now came from.
Yeah, so they basically had spies, I guess, from a different country come and give them information.
I mean, they had like I forgot what's her name, Yelena?
Yeah, but she's not from Marley though. She's like some kind of a spy from a different country.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they had
No,
her.
but she was like their first contact.
She's
And
their
then
first
they
contact.
started like branching.
Exactly. She's their first contact, and she has all this information and technology and stuff that she helped them with. So that explains a lot of what we were seeing in episode 3, 4, like all the new gear that they have, basically. Well, I don't know if it explains all of it, but it explains some of it. Explains some of it.
I think that plus the time they had, kind of like we can make like these like understandings. They have like Hanj.
Yeah,
doing
because
her
Hanj,
research.
exactly, Hanj is smart, and they have a whole team of people like trying to build stuff. So that's pretty much like all the episode was, really. It's just like this is how we learned all the stuff that we learned.
Background of like
just a lot of background
going on, and the episode before that though. We got like we got Aaron's kind of like past like experience and what brought him to the like boiling point he got to.
Yeah, that's right.
Which I think everybody who saw that, like, I think almost anybody who like talked to me about it, like, gave me the Aaron God tier protagonist take.
Yeah.
How are you on that? I'm by the way, I'm not saying this because I think it's wrong.
Okay.
I think Aaron became like the protagonist we all wanted.
Yes.
Like, I don't know if like he's not good. He's not like he's very ambiguous morally, but like he's the person we wanted to lead this show. I think.
100% agree that he became
I
the
can't hear
the
what you're
person.
saying. What happened?
Sorry, hold on. What? Can you hear me now?
You cut out.
Okay, I cut out. Am I good now? Okay, so I was gonna say that I completely agree with you that he is now the person that I wanted him to be back in season 1. Exactly.
Yeah.
But it makes sense because in season 1 he is like what, 11 years old? He's a kid, right? He doesn't know anything. And he needed to go to the military. He needed to become a scout. He needed to acquire Titan and fight until finally now he is amazing. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So it took a long time for all this buildup to happen, but this is the payoff that we've been waiting for. And everybody, and actually we talked about this last episode where we were saying how when they did their attack on Marley, everybody is amazing.
Yeah.
Everybody was amazing.
And yeah, I agree. Like the show is now not focused on Aaron, which is also important. They're focused on the story. I just mean like as a character now. He is the character we wanted him to be.
Yes,
like,
he's that stone cold killer. Like, I'm gonna mess you up to get my mom.
He has his own set of ideals that he can stick to.
To get revenge.
Very, like,
yeah.
He seems very like grounded in his position now, and he's ready to take action.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. He's the kind of character that I wished him to be the first season.
Exactly.
That's like where I'm at.
Same.
Which is great. So now, can we talk about Annie for a moment?
What do you want to say about Annie?
Am I the only one who forgot
that she exists?
Yeah.
No. Well, so
I actually forgot that she's in the crystal. I thought they dissected her or something like that.
Oh, I actually did remember that she was in the crystal. They talked about her 2 episodes ago or something. It's just like literally just like one line. Oh, and Annie was there, or something like that. And then I just remember.
I just didn't remember.
No, it's literally just like one line in the episode where they mention Annie being stuck in the crystal. But yeah, she just hasn't done anything. And so you know what? Now that
So
we're
they
this,
couldn't crack it for this entire like 3 years,
no,
4, 5, and like I don't know how long she's been
they
there.
couldn't crack it because they needed the Jaw Titan to do it, right? And now they don't even have the Jaw Titan still. He got
Wait,
away.
isn't this crystal thing
Yeah.
like isn't this stronger? Isn't this like as strong as the walls basically, which they already like I
Um,
thought that was like the level that it's at. Like this
it's
crystallization
like
thing is like as strong as the walls, and they could break the walls with their like super explosions that they made.
so. Oh, maybe they didn't want to kill her. You know,
Oh,
because
could
if
be like I don't
yeah,
know.
if they, I mean, like yeah, they could like break it, but then she'll die, and maybe they don't want her to die. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's kind of ambiguous. That's what XC is saying. Um,
Oh, okay.
but I think that they want her alive. Like they don't actually like hate Annie, right? I'm pretty sure that they actually like still
What?
think
I
for.
thought they all hate Annie,
Did they actually hate Annie? Because then why
like
in the
except
heck?
for like Armin,
Hold on,
right?
yeah, like, that's what exactly what I'm saying though. Because Armin was there, like kneeling in front of her. Thing I don't know if he was kneeling, but he was there, and he was basically like Annie, when you coming back to us, type of
Yeah,
thing,
but
you know.
Armin is basically like in that like situation where you feel like he kind of like lost touch with everybody else, where they're like all like, yeah, let's kill everybody else, and he's kind of like, wait, don't we want to be like good people? So didn't we fight for our freedom? And
So I think Armin is just kind of in a really bad spot because he was given the most destructive Titan out of everybody,
yeah,
and that poor guy did not want to kill a single person in the first season. So
yeah.
XC saying Aaron couldn't break the Warhammer crystal, so but he did use the Jaw Titan to break the Warhammer crystal eventually. Right, so if they're similar caliber, then he can't break it. Right. We
Oh,
also
I do think
know
Aaron could. I'm just like thinking,
just in general.
because they when they were fighting like the armor titan back in season 3, they had like these like special explosion like
No, no,
shells that they used.
yeah, I know, I
I
know
figured they could have probably like made a
they
dent in it, but
they
they
can
chose not to.
I think that they can probably break it. They just don't want to kill her. So we also know powers can be more or less potent depending on the user, but Armin already comes to terms with having to do bad things for the sake of the goals. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I think that he understands that he has his own set of objectives,
morals. Yeah,
and the usage of the colossal titan is going to help him, you know. I think that he just wants everybody to live, you know, all the people that he cares about.
yeah. I feel like that's a fair assessment.
and
Just like
and
Armin is, he
yeah,
wants like the non-violent answer to this like ordeal.
I think he just wants his friends to live, and he will use the colossal titan to make that happen.
You think he would?
I think so. He shot someone to save Jean. I don't remember that, but I believe it.
No, I believe he would, but I believe he would do it out of like the feeling of necessity,
Yeah,
right?
necessity to like save his friends, right?
Like, cause right now I don't think he feels like this is a battle for survival anymore.
No. I think that he does because what wasn't Armin also there when they were talking about how like if they don't destroy the yeah. I remember now because Armin said that if he didn't destroy that port before they took the airship home, then they would get attacked, right?
Yeah. No, I'm saying like, in if he would choose, like they wouldn't be there in the first place. Like, they wouldn't be doing this like attack. They would live on the island separately and like defend themselves only. They wouldn't like go on the offensive.
Okay. Yeah, but I mean like
Like I think if that would be like him choosing, I think that's what he would go for.
I see. Okay.
Um,
Well,
can I bring something that I thought about? Like,
yeah.
so it seems like right now, Aaron.
Mhm.
I don't know if it's me being like either overthinking it or like being like anime brain,
Yeah.
but it seemed to me like Aaron is trying to consume all the Titans. Now, in my opinion, he
Why does
does
he?
it
Why
because he
not?
wants what?
Yeah. Keep going. Sorry.
And in my opinion, he does it because he wants to like end all the Titans, and like if he could kill himself after he consumed all the Titans, then he raised all the major Titans, and there wouldn't be any more Titans. I feel like that's still like him like going for the um what's it called? Like he's going still for the objective like I will kill all the Titans kind of thing. I feel like this will come back basically. Um,
But we don't.
are
So
you getting any of those vibes? Because
yeah,
like he's trying to consume like he tried to consume like Warhammer and like Jaw. Like
he was trying
it
to,
was
dude.
pretty gruesome.
He was trying to eat everybody, and I think
So
that was the play. You know
do
what I
you
mean?
think
Yeah.
do you think it's because it's a tactical thing, or do you think it's part of the bigger plan that he has to like eradicate Titans? Do you connect with this conspiracy?
Hold on.
Because
What do you
if
mean
that is,
eradicate Titans? I think he just wants to be strong enough to like.
I feel like if he could consume all the Titans and he like, then he could do something to eradicate them forever or something like that. I feel like this is something they might be going for. Uh,
Hold on. Okay, hold on. Let me just see.
wait, did they talk about it? Is it impossible?
Did they talk about it? Hold on. Let's read this from the beginning. So they established. Apparently, they may have already established this. If someone
Oh no,
dies
no,
with
I
Titan
know if
power,
somebody just randomly dies, yes. I
oh
think that if he has all the Titans, he might be able to do something else. Like I don't know, like either crystallize himself like in a way that nobody else could ever break, or like
wait. So
just
hold on. I actually forgot about when they talked about this. So if you die with Titan power, some other random person gets it.
like Eldian.
Yeah, they talked about that.
I think so, right? Because
Okay.
Ymir.
I mean, I'm gonna trust. Oh, okay. Well, I trust XC, but I don't I don't remember when they talked about that.
It
But
was like season 3, like
so
the first half.
so either way though, like it just makes sense for Aaron to like want to get all these Titan powers because they're just gonna be super strong.
Like the
I'm,
reason I brought it up is because like I'm wondering if somewhere along this like season there
yeah,
will be a conflict between Eren and Zeke, and then conflict between Eren and Armin, possibly.
100%,
Uh,
100%. There's gonna be a conflict between Aaron and Zeke because Aaron does not like Zeke. And
I mean, yeah,
yeah,
but they seem to be working together.
they're
Oh, I guess
working.
he didn't
They're
meet him yet. I actually.
they haven't met each other yet, but Aaron knows that they're working together. He is aware of this
Mhm.
plan that they've had to recover Zeke when he went undercover. So now I actually think that you're on the right track here, though. I think that Armin is going to be a problem later. I don't know in what
Problem.
capacity. Yeah, because like he doesn't like using his colossal titan form, and I don't know. Like I think that maybe he might be protective of Annie too. So we'll see what happens because we actually have no idea how Annie is going to come back into the story, but she's not going to just die. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like something's like she's still there. Something they're gonna do something with it.
Something is gonna happen with Annie, and and it's gonna have to do with her coming back. So okay. Anyways, what about comments saying? I don't think he needs all the powers. Being able to control the founding powers is enough, because then he just gets control of the thousands of the colossal titans. Yeah. So I kind of agree.
I don't know. I just think this the old sentiment. I know this is what they're saying. This is the surface. Like they're going for the like founding powers to like gain like massive amounts of power that's like unrivaled by any army in the world together.
Yeah.
I know this is what's happening on the surface. I'm wondering if like the sentiment that Aaron like stated in the beginning of the show
Uh huh.
still plays like any part. Okay, I think like right now that it won't be abandoned completely. I think he still has um some hatred toward the idea of Titans existing.
Uh huh.
Like he's obviously not feeling like fully like he's not fully accepting like the Titan idea, and I think like we kind of like can infer that from his like talk to Brown. He doesn't see himself as like as a good guy or anything like that. He doesn't see like their side as being right or correct, just as the side like he has just like a goal that he's fighting for. That was basically it. Like in like for like Brown was like freeing like the Eldians,
Yeah.
and for him it's something else. And I just think this is probably like it, like for him, because that was always his thing. Now it could be that he's just different. And it's not gonna play any more part, and I'm completely wrong. It could be. That's super possible and super likely even maybe. Um,
Yeah.
I just think it would be interesting if that would play a role. Like if he's still trying to do that.
Hmm.
So I have this small conspiracy in my head, but I might be
Okay.
totally wrong.
Well, I
Just
mean,
super off.
I'm. It's possible, I guess, because there's a lot we don't know about what Aaron's plan is exactly, because he has his own agenda, but at the same time he like really follows like what the military tells him to do. Um, but I
I
think
mean,
at
he
the
did go on his own to the island to further something that he wants to do. Because
y-
everybody else was saying like,
he
we came here to save you because you were acting on your own, doing your own shit, and
so yes, that's true, but he also knew that they were gonna come save him, so this was actually like part of a plan that he felt was gonna work because he
hmm
that's what the letters were for, right? Because
hmm
he was actually coordinating with them this entire time.
yeah,
But I think at the end of the
but
day, the Aaron does not like Titans. You know, like you could even say that he hates Titans because the Titan, a Titan killed his mom, right? And
hmm
he brings that up all the time. So I think that he just really hates Titans, and it's like just kind of something that he deals with because it makes him stronger, and he needs to be stronger. So that's just how what he needs.
hmm
Yeah,
that's good stuff. Anyway,
indeed.
we watched the last episode together, so you
Yeah.
already like we had like the first impressions
Oh yeah.
from the show. Like I think like we had them at the same
Oh,
time.
that's right. Yeah, we actually talked like for a really long time after we watched the episode.
It was a worthwhile conversation, I would say. Uh,
Yeah. Okay. So, are we good on Attack on Titan? Because we still have like
I think so.
what was the ReZero? ReZero's the last one.
I feel like ReZero would be the last one since you're not watching Doctor Stone, right? And
No,
Promise Neverland, I
and I
mean,
forgot to
released
watch
only
the.
one episode.
I forgot to watch the last episode of Promised Neverland. So,
Beastars is still not a furry bait, probably.
mm-hmm.
Uh, it was a bit more like visually questionable. Like it will be harder and harder to defend it visually, but I still will defend the story and characters to the death. Great show.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, like, gonna
Don't
eventually
worry about it.
be able to work. I want to watch it. I do want to watch it. Um, is Doctor Stone good? Seemed meh to me. You know what I liked about the first season of Doctor Stone is all of the science parts where they were trying to rebuild society.
Yeah,
And the dude, whatever his name is, was just like being really smart, and
Senku.
yeah, Zenku,
hmm
Senku. He's being really smart and like making all of these new, or I guess technologies that are new to everybody else but not to him. That's just like that was cool. I didn't
I
I
just think like this
Yeah.
show gives like a really nice perspective on some things like on our modern world. Like I don't know, like some of the moments are like people listening to like wait, how far in are you?
Me,
I
I haven't watched the second season, but I mean, like, I don't know when I will. I liked the first season, but
I'm trying to think like where what can I give an example of? Fuck.
I don't know. It's just cool when he like solves a lot of problems by being smart. I just like that. Hold on.
Like it is cool,
Mm-hmm.
and it gives you like that kind of like super smart protagonist kind of feel. But the
Yeah.
things I really like about this show is mostly like you know what, they have some moments where they make an advancement and people appreciate something that they like that is now new, that for us is like really taken for granted. I don't know, these moments speak to me so hard. Like they like
I see.
I get really taken in by these moments.
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I agree.
Like I don't want to give specific spoilers because I like if you didn't watch the second season, I don't remember what happened in which season, so I'm just
That's
gonna
fine.
leave it at that.
Yeah.
But it's it makes like these moments super special. Like they really take me in. For me, it's like super immersive. The episodes are really fun. It's not like I feel like it's pretty like comedic in tone, Like
Mm-hmm.
it's not like super serious. It's not super heavy. Like sitting to watch an episode of it is like it feels like a pretty light experience.
Yeah.
So it doesn't like require a lot of like commitment to just sit down and enjoy an episode. But yeah, it's like again, this
I
is
think
like the
I think it's worth
shonen
watching.
isekai whatever
I mean,
thing.
I will say that if you don't like the first season by like halfway through, because I think it's 24 episodes, then you're just not gonna like the show.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's
I
actually,
think that's fair.
yeah, XD was saying that he saw some high school kid punch a lion, and then he was like, nope. um,
Pretty funny though.
yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely like
I
if
think I
we're
think
talking about like what can if you're gonna examine this show through the lens of can a high schooler do this? Like you're not gonna like this show. That's
but
just like
but
not gonna happen.
the thing is that that was kind of part of the comedy, and that's what I didn't like about the show. I thought that they didn't do the comedy that great. So I don't know.
Okay.
I think it's a valid criticism.
No,
But
I don't think that's not valid criticism. I'm just
uh,
saying like if you want this show to be realistic, like hyper realistic,
well,
then
I mean, like that's not fair from the very beginning because humans can't turn to stone and then come back.
no, I mean for no. When I say hyper realistic, I mean from the aspect of like what can a character do.
Sure.
Like they're definitely stretching. Like they're turning up to like the characters to like 12. So like if somebody's strong, he's like 12 strong. He's
Yeah.
stronger than like most like people on Earth kind of strong.
Yeah. Yeah. I
If
mean,
somebody's smart, like Senku is basically like he's smarter than any human to ever exist. Kind of
he's.
smart.
I mean, it's a shonen, right? So
No human can like do what Senku did in this show.
yeah, it's a shonen. So I give it a pass when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I just don't think about it.
Yeah. All right. Let me bring up ReZero then. ReZero. Here we are. So the last episode
We were just the last two episodes were in in Amelia town.
in Amelia
Basically.
Town, so she has to go through the trial.
Wait, did you watch the last one?
I did watch the last one, yeah. And then the trial is basically a flashback where she needs to like overcome her past self, or I guess as the way that Echidna put it, she has to accept or reject her past self.
Yeah.
Um,
Like we already knew that kind of from Subaru.
we kind of
This is the
did,
kind of like first like
right?
the
Because
first task would be that.
he did that, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, so we kind of already knew what she was gonna have to deal with going into it, and I think that she kind of already knew too.
I
So
mean, she finished it in the last episode.
yeah, she did finish it. But it was pretty intense because she had to relive a lot of the fighting that happened. It's because so 2 episodes ago, when she first started the flashback, she was a little kid and she was getting all these memories back about her mom, not mom, her aunt or whatever. I don't know, but
Hmm.
so it was that episode was just a whole setup episode where basically it introduced how the witches cult actually worked with them, and they're not all bad people, but then there are bad people in the witches cult. And so at the end of that episode was where the fighting was about to start, because the archbishop or whatever came and he has some kind of problem with everybody. Who knows what the problem is, but
He seems to be like a more extreme or like a effed up individual.
yeah, he's pretty effed up. For what reason, who knows? Because like at the very least, the witch of vanity, Pandora,
Hmm.
she had a goal. She didn't even necessarily want to kill people, you know, because
But it
you,
seems like her goal is kind of sinister.
it seems sinister. I mean, her name's Pandora, but the thing is that Fortuna, like, it was never explained why Fortuna hates Pandora, because as soon as Fortuna sees her, she starts chucking the ice spikes at her,
Hmm.
and we don't really know why. And so the thing is that, because since there was a whole episode on showing how Fortuna is like a cool mom and like really loves Amelia and like
So we're
raises
not
her,
on her side like immediately.
we're on her side immediately. Exactly. And so you don't even question like why Pandora is a bad person. You just assume that Pandora is probably a bad person. And and then it's kind of reinforced with the way that Pandora acts afterwards, because even though she's not trying to kill people, she gets people killed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Killed, hurt, or like scarred forever. Um, what could you say, like, what would be like your highlight for the last two episodes, for like the flashback or trial one for Amelia? Like, I'm interested because I came in expecting, like, if you remember, we talked about like wanting
Mm-hmm.
to get like Amelia a bit more fleshed out, kind of see like what
For
are the
the,
things that designed her, and
uh-huh.
I mean that wasn't what this was about really.
Not really. And actually, what's funny?
Um,
No, what's funny now that you mentioned that is that I actually thought that the whole like Betelgeuse cameo was like really fulfilling for me. You know,
the
because
Betelgeuse cameo.
yeah, because we know that in the first season, the
Hmm.
second half of the first season, he shows up as one of the archbishops.
He was like one of the biggest
He was one of the
like
big, yeah.
like
He was one
problems that Suguru had to deal with so
exactly,
far.
exactly because he was really strong, and so it was really interesting to see him in these past two episodes just be a normal guy. He's like a good
Yeah,
person.
I
He's
was
like a
just
good
about to
person.
say he was the highlight.
Yeah, he was the
Actually, like
highlight.
I was so excited
Totally.
to see him.
Yeah, 100%.
And why he became, and that was um such a
Mm-hmm.
good backstory to this
Oh
kind of
yeah. Oh yeah.
uh like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to call him, like
Villain. He's a
uh
villain.
yeah, villain, I guess.
He's a
I
villain.
mean, in season one he's a villain.
Yeah, he
Um,
is a villain in season one.
so
So
like there's
we
such a good backstory to like a villain.
it is,
Um,
and that's
like
that's what makes a good villain though, because you want to know how they got there, like what made them effed up, right? And now we know, and it's amazing.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
I was just super happy with like
same
the way they dealt with him, and he was just like the highlight for the flashback for me.
for sure.
Fortuna,
Yes. No,
yeah,
same
she
same.
was like, she seemed very angry, but the like, and nothing like that insane. Emilia, she was a kid
In,
basically.
yeah, I hate to say it, but I feel like in some ways Fortuna was just existing to make Betelgeuse like the way that he is.
Um, yeah.
Because like he
I mean, she was basically like a function to, like, she shapes like how Emilia
yeah
like behaves, and she shapes how Betelgeuse behaves. But
yeah
she wasn't like a character
but
beyond that.
she's not important beyond that. Exactly, that's, and I wish that she was, but at the same time, like
I'm
there's
sure
a lot
she
of
was.
characters.
She just like didn't matter like to anything beyond that, so they just didn't develop her. I think.
Yeah, I think it's a matter of the time that they had to develop her, right? Exactly, because they only
Mhm.
had 2 episodes to work with, and those 2 episodes were not about Fortuna.
Mhm.
So, well, so
Now I'm
Betelgeuse
just
was
making
awesome.
sure. Is Pandora?
Yeah.
Um, I'm asking because I have no idea.
Okay.
Because I feel like I wasn't concentrating enough when
Hmm.
they showed all the witches. Pandora is the fucked up one, right?
Oh, you mean the one that's in the she's like restrained and she has like a blindfold? Is that what you're talking about?
No, that's Sloth.
Oh, is that
Um,
Sloth?
yeah, she's like the lazy one, but Pandora is the one that's obsessed with Subaru. Is what I mean. I mean, they're all kind of obsessed with Subaru. That's not fair, but like
I don't
the one that's
remember.
like dangerously obsessed with him.
Yeah, all the witches are fucked up to some degree, and that's true.
Um,
Um, I don't
yeah, I
remember.
know all of them are fucked up to some degree. What I'm saying is like there
I
was one that like that he thought was Amelia, and I'm wondering if that's her because we don't know what's that one's name.
Oh, no. You're thinking of the one that was like wearing all black. That's Envy.
That's Wait, is that Envy?
That's Envy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was she not in the like
She
tea
was.
party
I think that
episode?
so Pandora, I don't think that she was at the tea party. Yeah, she
Was
was.
she just not there? Because I
She
counted
just wasn't there.
7 total, and I assumed there would be 7 because like
No.
7 sins, but maybe I was just wrong.
No, she's just
Maybe
not
there's
there.
more.
She's just
Okay.
not there. And also, we actually have no idea whether or not these XE's saying that Pandora's alive. It's 7 sins, but can the witches even be killed? Like, do we even know whether or not they can be killed?
I have no idea.
Exactly. I think that that's going to be important later on because obviously some of these witches are a huge pain in the butt and they need to go. You know what I mean? So, but
Yeah. So there are more than 7 witches.
maybe.
Like, definitely, because we already saw 7 there. There's like Pandora and Amelia is a witch.
Yes.
So we have
Whoa,
9.
whoa, hold on. Amelia's a witch, like,
Isn't she?
but she's not.
Isn't
She's
that
not.
kind of the note we ended on?
She's not
She
one of
is?
the OG witches, like
Yeah,
from
she's
the
not
witches
OG witch,
circle.
but she's like a witch. Like, being a
Sure.
witch is not like one of the
She's
7
She's
witches.
Satila's daughter, apparently. Which I think I remember they talking about that.
But isn't kind of the note we ended on is that she is also like. Yeah, I guess we don't really know what being a witch
We
means.
don't. Yeah, exactly. We don't really know. And the thing is that the witches are kind of like immortal, right? So
It seems like Amelia is kind
it's
of more.
she might be. She's a half elf, so we don't. And the thing
Okay,
is
yeah,
that like
that's true.
half elves are not supposed to live forever, but the witches seem like they live forever. So yeah.
Okay. I just was kind of confused by the witches thing because usually when I see
Yeah.
7 in anime, I was just like, yeah, 7 deadly sins. They love doing that, and I just move on. But now I counted 8, and I'm like, wait.
Well, so
Was she one of them, or was like wrong?
but see, XD saying that there are supposed to be 7 sins, but originally vanity was a sin, and then it got removed from Christian lore. That's
Okay.
I mean, like I'm assuming that I don't know about anything about Christian lore, so I'm just gonna take that at face value. But all the witches in the graveyard are dead. Echidna straight up said she died. I actually don't know. I actually have no idea. I mean, if
She died in like the human perception sense, but like
yeah, exactly.
she's not dead. Like as far as we're concerned, she's not dead. She's still like.
Yeah, because the witches still have some kind of influence over the world, right? I think that that's the issue. That's like the whole reason why Subaru is like cursed and even there to begin with. Because Envy decided. Actually, that's something that has never been talked about, and I think that they're probably not going to talk about it for a very long time. Like, how was Envy able to even bring Subaru over to this other world and curse him in the first place, and why Subaru? And it's just like there are a lot of questions that have not been answered.
Wait, they're not gonna talk about it ever.
And then, but okay, well, assuming that the show ends at some point, you know, or the manga or whatever, the light novel, I don't know. They gotta talk about it at some point. I mean,
You think they will?
I mean, in the light novel, we're never gonna see it in the anime. It's just not gonna happen.
I just know of other like isekais where like they never address like why the protagonist or like whatever was moved.
And well, I hope that they do then. Fine. So
I mean I wish very much.
Okay. Well,
actually, do I wish? I don't even know if I care.
I don't
actually,
know.
like when I think about it, like because I don't think there's any satisfying like solution to that.
The thing is that like so the thing is like Subaru, and during his trial, he kind of like made up with his parents in a way. So I feel like he needs to go home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like sure, he loves Amelia or whatever, and he likes all the other friends and stuff that he's made, but that's not his home, you know. So I don't know. I think that this is like one of the questions that a lot of isekai just don't talk about, because it's really complicated. Like that's basically the end game. That's like the conclusion, you know, the story. Like how does the protagonist get back home? Do they get back home? Do they even want to go home? You know, but I think that Subaru is just like one of those guys where he's like, you know, my parents are waiting for me. Like I gotta go, and if you're gonna come with me, then come with me. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know how the heck you could possibly like end end this story and have it be good, and also have Subaru like hold on to Amelia when she's like a half elf and not even from that world. It's just crazy to
Do you
think
think
about.
it's a problem when you see a story and you can't imagine an ending for it being good?
But see, but that's why when the author is able to
When they do
make
find
it,
an ending
when they find the
that's
ending,
good.
that's what makes it the 10 out of 10 show.
Yeah, but
Okay.
these are rare.
Yeah, they are rare. Let me
You
hold on.
think if you don't have a good ending, you shouldn't end it? Like on
Well,
these,
so
like you shouldn't solve these kind of things and you
at,
should just leave it open?
as a writer, when I think that if you want to have a really good story, you need to know how it's going to end first. This is why we're going on a tangent here, but this is why I think that One Piece is going to be one of the best manga of all time, because the dude who's writing One Piece, he knows what the last chapter is going to be down to the last panel. And he's talked about this in interviews for years. Like, he knows exactly where this story is going, so that it's going to have the most amazing like finale ever. That's why I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to put One Piece down for like 5 years, and I'm just going to wait for this dude to finish it, because it's going to be freaking amazing.
I mean,
That's my opinion.
I'm just thinking it from the lens of like what we talked
Mm-hmm.
about right now. Like,
Yeah.
if the show, if a writer
Yeah.
doesn't have like a solution like to the major problems of like the premise, and it's either leaving it open, like open end that doesn't solve anything, or actually doing like an ending that's just not satisfying.
So that's, now we're getting like pretty off topic here, but the thing is that there is a technique that writers can use to make it so that that never happens, which is called writing backwards. You figure out how you want your
Uh,
story to end, and then what you do is you figure out all the stuff that happens in the middle of the story to make the ending possible.
yeah,
And
but
that
usually light novels start like by writing a premise.
and so, well, then that's just bad writing. I mean, like, I don't know how else to put it, right? You know, like, if you read a good story, and they're going to come up with the answers to the problems that you're talking about. Okay, but let me catch up with XC's comments real quick, and then we can circle back to ReZero, and then I guess we'll wrap up for today.
Oh,
Okay, so let's see. So Kina said that she died. Like, it's part of the witches thing. Used to be vanity, but then pride took its place. Okay. So vanity used to be one of the sins, but then they took vanity out of the sins and they put pride into the sins. And that explains the Archbishop of Pride being with Pandora. Oh, that's what that dude was. Okay. Also might explain Pandora being against the other witches. We don't even know if he'll have the power to go back. Ah, I'm talking about Subaru here, right? I can imagine an ending for this, general direction. I think what makes One Piece better than other long. Okay, now we're talking about One Piece. We can go back to the comment in a second. But so last comments on ReZero. Now that Amelia is done with the trial, I actually don't even know what the heck the second trial is, because she has 2 more trials, right? She has a second and a third trial.
yeah.
Yeah, we have no idea what those trials are going to be. And
I have no idea.
there, hold on, there was also a part at the end of the last episode where they confronted what's this dude's name, Roswell. What was the point of them confronting Roswell? I don't remember. Like, did they need his help with something?
I think the point that it will have has to do with something with the mansion,
The
right?
mansion, I think it has to do with the
Like,
mansion.
because like they probably, if they're gonna stick with the trial now, the mansion is getting attacked tomorrow. If I'm following the
I think
like the line,
I think
it's
they
supposed to
have,
go on tomorrow.
it's no. So the mansion is not attacked randomly, because the assassins are only supposed to show up at the mansion if Subaru shows up at the mansion. And it's,
Oh,
so it's like this. It's like this. 3 days pass.
wasn't
And
it 3 days past
3 days pass,
before he
and
shows up?
oh, maybe it's one of the two.
Because he used to have a deadline for it.
I know,
think.
I know. And I thought that the original deadline was 3 days, and then anytime after the 3 days, they'll come and kill him or whatever. So I thought that if it's before the 3 day mark, then he's safe. He can go to the mansion and nobody will die yet. but I don't actually remember. Either
In
way,
general, I think they like want to confront him, so like
yeah.
I think Subaru kind of wants to have like a showdown with him to prove his point.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
actually not really sure. Hold on, maybe Xe knows more. So well, Super saw all the alternate routes where he died and left others behind. Roswell's general aim is to make Super lose things and people he values and drive him to only serve Amelia. Which I mean, like, but the thing is that Subaru kind of sort of wants to do the same thing, right? Because a lot of times when he is trying to help Amelia, it's because I don't know, like he just wants to help Amelia. Like he doesn't really have like a really good reason to do it, other than the fact that she saved him at the beginning. Yeah,
um, yeah, I just think that like the Roswell thing is like either they need him to do something functional,
yeah,
or they came to prove to him that they could like do things they didn't think they could. Like I think they want to make a point or to ask for help. It's like one of the two. Like that's why they confront him.
okay, yeah,
Because like they're still there. Like they didn't resolve that scene.
right,
They
right, right,
just
right.
started it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's a lot of things going on at the same time. It's kind of hard to keep track of like what exactly they're trying to accomplish at any one point in time, because they're still trying to like save everybody in the sanctuary, and um I don't know how they're gonna manage to pull any of this stuff off, really. So I think in the next 2-3 episodes, I don't think that. So here's the thing: for trial 2 and trial 3, I don't think that they're gonna spend a whole 2 episodes on each one. You know?
Like I feel like so Super only did 2 trials, right?
No, Subaru. I think Subaru did one trial, right?
Or 1 trial?
I think he
I
only.
I
Did,
I,
I think he only did one trial.
I don't remember if he had 1 or 2.
Yeah,
Um,
Subaru finished one.
but he started the second, then he didn't finish it.
He
No,
didn't finish
didn't
it
he
because
start something?
I don't think that he saw what the second
Yeah,
one
okay, yeah. I
was,
remember that he was in the second trial.
but then
Didn't
he
remember the
he
second.
didn't he didn't actually do the second trial because he was like, wait a minute, Amelia has to be the one to do this because otherwise it just won't work.
And the second trial, do we know what it is?
I
Or
don't think we know. I think Super knows. He saw the alternate routes. Yeah.
and that was his trial basically. Like
Something like that.
he was confronting like okay.
Yeah, it's
So it's
hard for
like
me to remember actually. That's just yes, that's the trial as far as we
um
know. It's just can
yeah,
yeah.
of course it's not gonna be the same for Amelia. The thing I'm trying to
Mhm.
understand is like I know what we saw. I'm interested in what could it mean. So like
Mhm.
if the first trial is about his past, like what I thought, like second trial is gonna be about like the present, and
Yeah.
the third one will be about the future probably.
Mhm.
Like I figured that would be like a normal thing to do.
Mhm.
I'm just interested in what are they gonna explore in our trial. I guess that's gonna get an episode, and they're gonna
Yeah.
progress like the confrontation as well at the same time. And like
Like,
third episode will like the last one will be like a figure while they resolve like the sanctuary problems and the mansion problems.
yeah, we'll find out more
Hopefully,
on Sunday. Sunday? No, next Wednesday. That's what I meant. Next
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Yeah, next Wednesday.
Sunday is the Titan Day.
Attack on Titan. Yeah. So
Tomorrow.
yeah. Well, tomorrow for
That's
you.
tomorrow.
Tomorrow for me
Oh
too.
yeah.
Tomorrow for me too. Actually. Yeah. Okay.
In 24 hours ish.
In 24
36 maybe.
hours. Yeah. I don't know exactly what time it comes out. I just watch it like at some point randomly
Like in
on Sunday.
34 hours it comes out.
Okay. I don't count down normally, but sometimes I do. There are some shows.
I just remember the vague time when
There are some shows where like I really like the show enough where I'll like actually check to see what time it's coming out. Okay. Well, I think that we're pretty much done with today for today, right?
Yeah.
Because we've basically talked about everything that we want to talk about, and we're at 1 hour and a half, which is plenty.
Yeah, I think we did good.
Yeah.
And it's time to call it a Saturday.
Yeah. you know what? I felt like this time, like it was just over really. like I didn't feel the time pass by. You know, like we just had a lot to talk about. We just had like a ton of stuff, and we spent like a good like 25 minutes just on Mushoku Tensei, I think.
Really?
So we spent a long time on talking about Mushoku Tensei because
Okay.
we literally talked about like every single episode.
I guess.
Yeah.
That's true. And next time, hopefully, we can talk about Wonder Egg. See
Yeah.
the wonders of that show.
I'm planning on catching up with Wonder Egg probably tomorrow or something. I don't know.
And we need to set up,
I have one extra day off this week. I have Monday off, so I can probably use that to do something. I don't know what.
I'm just making sure for the rewatch for Log Horizon.
Yeah.
Do we do that after season 3 is over? Or do you want to like start doing it now so we can just catch up to it?
You know, honestly, I think that we'll probably won't have time until this season is over. Like in between, you know how there's like a week or so in between seasons.
Yeah.
I think we just watch it then.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good idea.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Thanks everybody for coming to watch.
Yeah. That's it. I think we're done. So we're gonna peace
It's
out.
time for the no outro.
The no outro, where we tell you all that we'll be back in 2 weeks, and we'll try our best to not take forever to upload videos to YouTube and stuff, and go. You know, we should have that, like we should have like a bot command that actually like posts the YouTube. I don't have one,
Is
so
that possible? Okay.
it is. I just don't have a bot command that shows what the YouTube is for the channel.
Okay.
Yeah. Next time.
Hey,
Next time we'll have
thanks
it.
everyone for coming. This was really fun.
Yeah.
We'll see you in 2 weeks.